FanDuel is the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Boy Manning here with a Garden report from Milwaukee, and in a game that was anything but normal. Celtics lose 135 to 102 on their fifth game in 7 nights, and one that ended with a fire alarm in the arena. So, recording here back in my hotel to hit on what was an odd night all around here. The Celtics activate all their starters for this game after the extremely high effort front end of the back-to-back against the Timberwolves on Wednesday in Boston. Travel to Milwaukee. Definitely a recipe for a loss here when you consider Milwaukee was off for 3 days. I needed this win pretty badly after a rough stretch coming into it. And the Celtics resting Al Horford in this one is well a factor here. But still, coming in this game, everyone's active, and they get off to a horrible start. 10-2 run expands to 39 by halftime, the Milwaukee lead. Milwaukee led this whole game. So after that early run, 41 to 23 in the first quarter, Celtics lose the second quarter 34 to 15 in their lowest scoring quarter of the year, and come out of halftime down again 37 at this point, 75 to 38, and sit all their starters: Porzingis, Brown, Tatum, White, Holiday. Don't play again for the rest of the game. Bucks end up building a lead as big as 43 and win this game 135 to 102. Max effort from Giannis. He was awesome in this game. 8 dunks in the restricted area. Offensive rebounds, a 25-0 run that was just devastating between the first and second quarters. And Brook Lopez, 15, 5, 3. They got good game from Malik Beasley. Damian Lillard hit 2 early threes as part of that 10-2 run. Celtics were probably going to lose this game either way, but the decision to bench the starters at halftime, Joe Mazzulla said he had to do what was best for the team. All he could say about that decision after the game. Players wanted to keep playing. Drew Holiday said that he asked them, but sometimes the coach has to make that decision, Holiday said.
No, he asked us, and we wanted to fight. We wanted to stay in there and play, but sometimes as coaches or as players, sometimes you have to listen to your coaches too. So, I appreciate Joe for that because, again, I think as a coach, he definitely does care about our well-being, and he also knows that we're gonna fight to the end, no matter what the score is. So,
Brown, Tatum, White, and Porzingis didn't talk after the game. So Holiday, speaking for the starters there, said that it was a coach's decision, and Joe was adamant after this game that they came in with the intention of competing. There's a group that does compete night in and night out, so they get the benefit of the doubt for what as many say, 2 to 3 nights a year. You're going to have an off night like this. You're going to just get destroyed by a team. I think Charles Barkley said that, in fact. So this was that night for the Celtics, a schedule loss, an exhausted effort. You clearly saw it. They were shooting 6% from 3 midway through this game. Finished 26% with the bench out there for the second half. Brutal shooting night all around. I think Jalen in that first quarter came out and missed a ton of mid-range shots. Shoots 2 for 7 in the opening frame. Tatum 1 of 4. But again, didn't hear from those guys tonight about the decision, about everything else that went into it. Here was Joe on, why he feels like this isn't something that could continue going forward.
Yeah, everything's about the players. And so as you continue to look at life from a player's perspective and you look at the intentions and the character of your team, and a year of experience for myself. And so I trust our character. I trust our team. You have to look at this and say, okay, is this a one-off? Is this a trend? Is this something that you have to be concerned about? And when you look at stuff like that, the answer is no, no. And things like this happen, and you can actually use them as opportunities because it gives you perspective. You're able to take a deep breath. And as I said, we're not on the side of that very often. And so when you are, it's good to learn from it. So I think just as you develop, as you've been in the league a little bit, and you start to see that, you develop your identity, and you have to always do what's best for the players. And I felt like that was what's best for the players in our team.
So I think you do give the team, given this spot they're in here, the scheduling, and winnable games coming up against Rockets, Raptors, those type of teams, that this won't extend going forward. But is weird to give up a 25-0 run. Is weird or out of the ordinary to sit starters for an entire second half, even in the scheduling situation here. And this was certainly the first game this season that the Celtics just were never in. So it was different than what we've watched so far. And certainly being in every game to this point gives them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here. But we have to see what they're going to do going forward off of this. Mazzulla, Holiday, adamant that this was just a blip on the radar here tonight against the Bucks team that evens the season series, gets a key win, revenge win for what was effectively a uncompetitive loss in Boston. Adrian Griffin was talking pregame about how they just rallied way too late in that game. So they took care of business here tonight. These two teams will meet again in March back in Boston before the April finale between these two teams that could potentially be in the East Finals. So that's it from Milwaukee. Celtics play the Rockets on Saturday. Ime Udoka's return to TD Garden. We'll have more coverage of that on Saturday. Joe Mazzulla talked about that. You can check out his reaction to this game in full on CLNS Media. Stay subscribed here. I'm Bobby Mann. This has been The Garden Report.